Today in this lecture, we will talk about the Osmoreceptor ADH feedback system. Now, this is one system which will help in maintenance of the plasma sodium concentration or plasma osmolarity or extracellular fluid osmolarity. So far, we have discussed the, the, the factor which contribute to the urine formation and the factors that lead to the formation of concentrated and dilute urine. Now, we discussed that the human kidney detects the concentration of plasma, the osmolarity of plasma, and depending upon the osmolarity of plasma, the kidney decides whether to make a concentrated or dilute urine. And the concentration of plasma or the plasma osmolarity is dependent upon the concentration of sodium. And the concentration of sodium and the plasma osmolarity is kept in check by two main mechanisms, the osmoreceptor ADH feedback system and the thirst mechanism. So we discuss this osmoreceptor ADH feedback system in detail. Now let's suppose the concentration of sodium increases. Concentration of sodium increases due to water deficit. Suppose a person is in desert and enough water is not available, so his concentration of sodium and his plasma osmolarity increases due to increase in sodium. So it leads to increase plasma osmolarity. Now the increased plasma osmolarity, it will act on the osmoreceptor. That are located in the hypothalamus near the supraoptic nuclei. So it will act and it will lead to shrinkage. Of osmoreceptor, and due to shrinkage they will fire. When they fire, they will activate more cells. To get activated, which are also located near the supraoptic nuclei, and this will lead to release of antidiuretic ADH, antidiuretic hormone. ADH will be secreted into the blood from the posterior pituitary gland. This is the anterior pituitary and this is the posterior. This is the hypothalamus. This is the supraoptic nuclei and this is the paraventricular nuclei, and these are the osmoreceptors. So this osmoreceptor gets activated due to increased plasma concentration, and it shrinks, it fires on other nuclei, and those cells get activated and they lead to release of antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone, it will come and it will act on the kidney and it will lead to absorption of water. So a lot of water will be absorbed, but other electrolyte absorption will not be affected. For example, sodium will not be affected. Sodium will continue to be excreted in urine. When a lot of water is reabsorbed from the kidney into the plasma, it will lead to the decreased concentration of sodium ultimately. So it will lead to decrease in concentration of sodium, and this decrease in concentration of sodium will lead to decrease in the plasma osmolarity. And when decrease in plasma osmolarity occur, this feedback system will get stopped, because that initial activation of the osmoreceptor, which got activated due to increased concentration of plasma, increased plasma osmolarity or increased sodium concentration, it reverses. So this is the pathway, the osmoreceptor ADH feedback system, which gets activated due to water deficit or increased sodium concentration or increase in plasma osmolarity, and it leads to shrinkage of the osmoreceptor cells. They fire and they activate other neurons near the supraoptic nuclei, and they lead to secretion of antidiuretic hormone from the posterior pituitary gland, and release of antidiuretic hormone in the blood leads to reabsorption of lots of water from the kidney, and it leads to correction of the plasma osmolarity. Now what happens if there is a decrease in sodium? If there is a decrease in sodium due to excess of water, there is excess of water. Now the decrease in sodium will lead to decreased plasma osmolarity. And it will lead to the reversal of shrinkage of this osmoreceptor. This activation of osmoreceptor is reversed, and it lead to stopping of all the neurons that got activated or they are releasing the ADH, and it will lead to decreased formation or decreased release of antidiuretic hormone from the posterior pituitary, and it will lead to decreased reabsorption of water from the kidney, and it will lead to increase in plasma osmolarity or increase in sodium concentration. So that's how this is one mechanism which detects a change in the plasma osmolarity, and then it tries to reverse it, and this system ultimately leads to the formation of concentrated or dilute urine. So that's all about the osmoreceptor ADH feedback system. Thanks a lot for watching the video.